Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans of all ages. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to Classic Wrestling Reminiscing. Of course, this one featuring Royal Rumble 1989. 13, or going on 13. I was still 12, going on 13 at the time. So, yeah, I'm that old. Uh, but yes, this was the second Royal Rumble. Of course, this before they did the whole whoever wins the Royal Rumble gets a chance at WrestleMania thing. But this is more about the bragging rights. Got to see a couple of good matches here, including the Royal Rumble. Some might, kind of surprise you that it was that good. Uh, but yeah, so before I get carried away here, if you dig this program or being entertained by what I talk about, click that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it. Leave a comment. Share your memories of the Royal Rumble 1989. Also, let me know if you're uh, ready for this year's Royal Rumble and who do you think is going to win this year's Royal Rumble. Remember, now we got men's Royal Rumble and a women's Royal Rumble. So definitely times have changed since 1989. And of course, this has WrestleMania implicates in it. Whoever wins the women's battle royal gets a shot at either the WWE Women's World Champion or the WWE Women's Champion. And of course, that's another big change too. It was WWF World Wrestling Federation. Now it's WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. And of course, on the men's side, they'll get a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. So yeah, let me know what you think about this year's along with 1989, or just be friendly and say hello. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Um, also, let the WWE know we need to let get Dr. D, David Schultz, and the whole thing. I'll digress on that later. Or if you watched last night's Wrestling Gold Friday Night podcast, I definitely talked about that a lot. So anyway, with all that said and done, let's let her rip here with this year's or not this year's Royal Rumble, of course, but the Royal Rumble in 1989. Of course, let's see here. We had on commentary Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. Uh, Jesse on commentary just worked great with everybody. Worked great with Vince. Worked great with I was about to say Vanilla Gorilla Monsoon. Um, he'd always make sure he always keep them on toes, And if you did watch this, you'll notice that he's like, "Hey, Gorilla, how come when your guy uh, does something is fight fire with fire, and when my guy does it, it's cheating." Stuff like that. He was really good at. And the 1989 Royal Rumble took place at the Summit in Houston, Texas. Um, and of course, the rules. Two men start, then another guy comes in at different intervals and all that good stuff. And in 1989, it took place on January 15th of 1989. This year's Royal Rumble is the first Royal Rumble not to take place on January. Did not know that until then. And of course, this one was part of the original Big Four pay-per-views: Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and of course WrestleMania. Uh, so with all that said, now first match of the night was a eight or a 6-man tag. Excuse me. You had Jim Duggan and the Hart Foundation taking on Dino Bravo and the Fabulous Rougeau brothers. Of course, they had the Frenchie Martin and Jimmy Hart in their corner. Uh, Bravo and Neidhart, started things out. They did their, big guy, shoulder block and no sell, and no, now it's your turn, now it's your turn, blah blah blah. And of course, another kind of interesting point in this match, Duggan and Neidhart both played in the NFL at one time. Uh, Jim Neidhart played for the Oakland Raiders and Dallas Cowboys, mostly in preseason and at the practice squad. Jim Duggan played for the Atlanta Falcons. But of course, again, at that time, when they were in college, going for pro football, um, if that didn't work out for him, of course, there's always a promoter, say, hey, you got some ability. You're an athlete. Let's try you out. And of course, some of them became stars, and a lot of them, didn't become stars. Uh, but Bret Hart got in this match. Raymond Rougeau pulled the rope down, causing Bret Hart to tumble on outside. Bravo hit his side slam. Yes, a sidewalk slam. Uh, Finisher at the time, and not sure what they called the Rougeau's finisher. I just call it the flying teabag finisher, and that's how the Rougeaus and Dino Bravo won the first fall. Of course, 6-man tag. This was a 2 out of 3 fall match, excuse me, as well. In case I didn't mention that. And of course, rules of a 2 out of 3 falls match, especially in tag situations, whoever lost the fall had to stay in the ring. So they worked Bret Hart pretty good until the big hacksaw came in, and I still kind of digress, man. Uh, like Jim Duggan is so much better in Mid South WWF. A little more serious, but those things happen. I'm pretty sure Duggan's bank account, said, "Hey, I can say ho and throw around 2x4 all day long." Um, but anyway, yes, Duggan got in, took care of business. Uh, a catapult swan dive from the anvil, and then the Hitman Duggan, just for good measures, dropped an elbow on Raymond Rougeau, uh, letting the team of Hart Foundation and Jim Duggan win the second fall. Third fall, Duggan came in, still was taking care of business, but they wound up getting a little heat on Jim Duggan. Bravo made a mistake, hit the inverted atomic drop on Duggan, but he was able to fall into Bret Hart. Bret Hart had things going his way until Raymond Rougeau would uh, pull Bret off the second rope. Neidhart would go after him. This distracted ref, allowing Duggan to hit Bravo with a 2x4. Uh, got the cover. Bret got the cover. 1, 2, 3. And your winner of the first match is Jim Duggan and the Hart Foundation. Hey, go back and watch this. This is a good match. Rougeau brothers, another one of those teams that don't get talked about near enough. I guess when you don't win gold, um, you don't get talked about enough. I mean, to me, the Rougeau brothers was better than the Quebecers, uh, in my opinion. Uh, uh, Jacques and Raymond, oh, I mean, of course, our brothers, great team, very athletic. Nothing wrong with Quebecers; they were pretty good, but Rougeau's, I think, was much better. And of course, the Quebecers, they were, you know, early '90s, and they did win some tag team gold, and I think that's why they get talked about a little more. And of course, they got what's his name, PTO or PTC or something like that. Paul, uh, John Paul, whatever his name is. I keep forgetting. He's actually still wrestling. So I think that's why Quebecers get a lot of shine from the public. All right, next match we had a match for the WWE, or excuse me, WWF at the time, Women's World Championship. Rocky Robin defended against Judy Martin. Uh, Not a great match, especially not by today's standards as far as women are concerned. Women are today, women wrestlers today are hell of a lot better than were back in the day. But it was decent enough. Sherry Martel, she made her way to the ring, and basically challenged whoever wins. She wants the next shot. Did some commentary, great commentary work from Sherry Martel, playing a heel, of course. Of course, Rock and Robin is the sister of Sam Houston and Jake Roberts. But in this match, Judy Martin controlled most of this match. cutting off all the comebacks from Rock and Robin. Um, but in the end, Robin would fake Judy out, then hit a reverse crossbody block, 1, 2, 3. She kept the championship, and I think this was the last women's title match um, for a while, I do believe. Let's see, pull up my notes here. Yeah, because Robin left the company in June of '89. There was really at this time there was little to no interest to a women's division in wrestling. They were kind of featured as an attraction every now and then. Yes, even in '89. So the title was deactivated in 1990, but it was brought back in 1993 with Alundra Blaze winning a tournament for that uh, championship. Alundra Blaze, of course, is Medusa Michele, or Medusa, however you want to call it. All right, after that, we had a little pose down, which, of course, when you watch it, go back watch it, you know what was going to happen. Rue didn't look like Rue was going to get the approval of the crowd. Of course, the crowd was the judges of this pose down here, and of course, at the time, the fans loved the Ultimate Warrior. Uh, it ends up Rude attacking the Warrior during the pose. I think it was during a freestyle pose, whatever. And of course, this sets up the Intercontinental title match between the champion Ultimate Warrior against Rick Rude at WrestleMania. Now, this match, believe it or not, was a good match. Mostly brawling, of course, but it was a good match. This was King Haku with Bobby Heenan uh, against Harley Race, who was the uh, former king, or was a king. I think he had an injury or something like that, and Bobby Heenan put the crown on Haku, and Harley came back and said, "Nah, I'm still the king." And of course, the fun thing in this match, whenever Harley Race got the advantage, you seen Bobby Heenan right there going, "All right, Harley, stay on him, stay on him." Same thing with Haku. When Haku had the advantage, uh, kick him, kick him, Haku. Show him who's the king, or something like that. Bobby Heenan was just great, and they mentioned on the commentary too. It's like, hey, doesn't matter who wins. Bobby Heenan is the real winner because he controls both these guys' contract. But Race will attack Haku before he even got into the ring. They go back and forth. Holly Race, even at this age and injury, he was bumping around like Harley Race would. Even took a bump on the concrete, or it was on the pads, but um, took a bump on backdrop on the floor. Uh, uh, and of course, another interesting thing too is like these two guys supposedly are uh, two of the most badass, legit, uh, tough guys in wrestling as well. A lot of people say, "No, I think I leave Harley Race alone. He can take care of himself." And of course, they all say, "Hey, not F with freaking Haku." But in the end, Haku ducked a clothesline, then leveled Harley Race with that thrust kick he did, or some people might call it super kick, but they just call it a good savate thrust kick to the throat. Looked pretty good, pretty solid there, and 1, 2, 3, clean win in the middle. Harley put the kid, or at the time a kid, probably a kid in Harley's eyes anyway, put Haku over. So he was a king for a while until uh, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won it. Then Hacksaw uh, got defeated by um, Macho Man Randy Savage. Sorry, I got stumped myself a little there. Of course, it was called King Macho, and Sherry Montel, who was managing Randy Savage at the time, was Queen Sherry. Uh, but that's much later than this. Of course, the main event of this show was the Royal Rumble, 30 men in the ring, no teams, uh, every man for himself. and that got proved from the get go. We had Axe drawing number one, Smash drawing number two, and they didn't really look at the crowd tease or anything. They just looked at each other and just started going at it. So that was pretty cool. The third entrant was Andre the Giant. Of course, everybody and the mother trying to team up on them. Uh, Smash was actually the first one eliminated. He got eliminated by Andre the Giant. Axe was the fourth one eliminated, and he was eliminated by Mr. Perfect, who was the number fourth entrant. He was eliminated by Hulk Hogan. Then Ronnie Garvin was in it. He was eliminated by Andre. Number six was Greg Valentine. He was eliminated by Randy Savage. Jake Roberts entered at number seven. He was the third one eliminated. He was eliminated by Andre the Giant, but Jake Roberts would get a little bit of revenge and come out and with Damien scared the bejesus out of Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant eliminated himself. Ron Bass was number eight. He got eliminated by the Rockers, Shawn Michaels, and Mario Jannetty. Shawn Michaels got eliminated by Arn Anderson and Randy Savage. Bushwhacker Butch was eliminated by Hulk Hogan and Bad News Brown. The Honky Tonk Man was number 11. He got eliminated by Butch and Tito Santana. Tito Santana was number 12. And he got eliminated by Anderson and Randy Savage. Bad News Brown was got in number 13. He was eliminated by Hulk Hogan. Mario Jannetty, number 14, got eliminated by Tully Blanchard. Number 15 was Randy Savage. Interesting enough, he got when Hulk Hogan eliminated Bad News Brown, he also eliminated Randy Savage. Randy Savage did not like this. They had a few words, but Elizabeth was right there to kind of uh, tell her guys to kind of cool off a little bit. It was an accident, whatever, and this was the spark that lit the dynamite that caused the Mega Powers to explode, and this was set up the match at WrestleMania. The Mega Powers explode. Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan. Uh, yeah, this is the pay per view that set that up. Arn Anderson was eliminated by Hulk Hogan. Tully Blanchard also. Let's see, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was eliminated by the Twin Towers Akeem and Big Boss Man. Uh, Bushwhacker Luke. Uh, he must have been eliminated by Akeem as well. Coco Beware got eliminated by Hulk Hogan. So did uh, Big Boss Man somehow. But Akeem was 23. Got eliminated by Big John Studd. Brutus the Barber Beefcake was 24. Got eliminated by Ted DiBiase and the Barbarian. The Red Rooster, Terry Taylor, meeting a former fellow in the locker room of the Mid South UWF area, Ted DiBiase. Barbarian got 26. He was eliminated by Rick Martel. This, of course, before Rick Martel was a model. I think he was a still member of Strike Force at this time. Big John Studd entered at number 27. 28 was Hercules. Hernandez, he got eliminated by Ted DiBiase and the Barbarian. Rick Martel, 29, got eliminated by Hakeem. And number 30 was Ted DiBiase. And of course, your winner of this was Big John Studd, and he got eliminated by Big John Studd. So, like I said, yeah, I guess the big story of this Royal Rumble, it did set up the main event. Even though the winner didn't get into the main event, it did set up the main event. Like I said, Brown and Savage was battling each other. Hogan both men out. Savage berated Hogan, and yeah, this is the initial setup to the Mega Powers exploding. Um, uh, but before that, before Savage left, they kind of made fences then. But Big John Studd, yeah, he came in as a babyface role. This is basically the last little uh, hurrah for the Big John Studd. Because let's see, from what I read, he was didn't like it. He felt the payoffs were pretty poor, so he wound up leaving June 4th of 1989. Did some independent work. His last match was against the Honky Tonk Man. Uh, After which Stud collapsed. He came out with his own line of workout and vitamin supplements. Trained Ron Reese, who later became Ron Stud, and back to Ron Reese. I think he was also the Yeti. Yeah, tall dude. Uh, and that was basically it. Yeah. Like I said, the like I said, surprise match that was really good on this was Haku and uh, Harley Race, and also that first match, the 6-man tag, was pretty enjoyable as well. So anyway, that does it for this edition of Classic Wrestling Reminiscing. Uh, looking forward to uh, I look forward to the Royal Rumble this year. Uh, Me personally, I think it's almost to me. I think it's a gimme. CM Punk and Charlotte Flair, but who knows? I see a lot of talk about AJ Lee being one of the surprise entrants in the women's Royal Rumble. So anyway, like I said, in the comments, let me know who you want to win and who you think is going to win, and uh, what's your feelings on if AJ or who you think might be surprise entrance besides AJ Lee. Let me know in the comments. Uh, Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.